Rolling.
What is up, people of the world? This is your host, Sweet Tea. Welcome into another fantastic episode of the Catch the Sky podcast. You may find me on Twitter at CTSTerry or wherever podcasts are available, including Facebook and Instagram, by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to be notified when we drop our weekly episodes. This week, I'm going to be covering a topic that has been near and dear to the show since the very beginning, the illusion of choice. So if you hop over to any of those social media platforms that I just mentioned, you will see a picture that I shared recently, and it demonstrates how the majority of the consumer goods that we buy, this alluding mostly to food in this picture, right, is all under the control of approximately 10 companies. So you look at your water, for example, Perrier, Poland Springs, Dasani. It's all owned by Coke. You know, you think you're getting different ones, but it's all the same thing. Propel and Aquafina owned by Pepsi. While we're on Pepsi, you know that they own Quaker? Like, the people that make fucking Captain Crunch and Life and Chewy bars and all that shit. They also make Lay's and Sun Chips, Cheetos, everything. That's all Pepsi. It's literally all Pepsi. It all goes to the same place. If you're getting candy, chances are it's from Mars or Nestle, right? If you're getting ice cream, chances are it's from Unilever. Dannon makes all the yogurt. You're seeing the trend here, right? So I've mentioned before that this same premise exists with eyeglasses. The company Luxottica owns the majority of the brands and the majority of the stores. So everything all just filters up to the same place. The same is true for clothes, pharmaceuticals, basically everything in our society. So, you know, we discuss how there's all these antitrust laws and everything that are designed to stop these things from happening. Yet, since our demo episode, ABC, or the Walt Disney Company that owns ABC, was able to purchase Fox. So of the 4 major news networks, it's really only 3. Since then, T-Mobile has also bought Sprint, with no clear 4th replacement as a major carrier. And Ticketmaster's being investigated by Congress. So I'd say things are going pretty fucking well, right? Right. It's just ridiculous, and the wheels just keep turning. And you can't blame the left or the right, Republicans, Democrats, whoever, because they're all on the same side, the get-rich side. They're playing us all for fools, having us fight over which brand of chips or pop we prefer, while they just continue to get richer. These are the same companies that are donating heavily to political campaigns, which is one reason why political campaign donations of that size really need to be banned, and we need to look at how campaign financing is put together altogether. But that's for a different episode. That's not in this episode. I'm just pointing out that it's the if we're looking at what the two sides are in this country, it's not left or right. It's the rich versus the poor. And the rich will do whatever they can to convince you that it's something else to distract you from that fact. Look at the fucking student loan forgiveness is just a sham to get some votes in the midterms. They'll just say whatever they want, play whatever side they want. Over the course of time, it's as if Republicans and Democrats have swapped ends of the spectrum. from what they originally were founded as. And I'm sure over the course of time, the pendulum will swing right back. This is the world we live in. And the only way that we can truly break free of it is to become independent beings on our own. I'm not saying go form your own country like Peter does in Family Guy. No. I'm not saying anything crazy like that. But become more independent. This is why my goal is to build a self-sustaining farm in the mountains so that I don't need to be so dependent on all of these consumer goods that we've conditioned ourselves to go pick up at the store on our way home. This isn't anything new. I mean, this is pretty much the concept of Fight Club, right? So I'm not recommending anybody go blow up any buildings or anything like that. But you get the idea of why somebody would write that story. They want to level the playing field, reset the system, so to speak. Bring us all back down to zero. So the concept has been around for a while, and I'm just trying to bring it to a different audience's attention. So maybe this is something you haven't heard before. And if you haven't, I invite you to check out our demo episode. It is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, wherever. I will do my best to make it available on Instagram. It'll take some digital remastering, but I would like to make that available to our Instagram audience as soon as I can and invite you to check that out as soon as it's available. I'd really love to hear the audience's thoughts on this whole idea, because it is something that I'm pretty passionate about, and I don't want to spend too much time knocking everybody over the head with it, as we did do a pretty lengthy episode on it already. But I wanted to kind of recap a few things that have happened since then, and just again draw a new audience's attention to what is going on. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this episode. I invite you to check out our demo episode. It is the very first episode we ever released. It was recorded back in 2018. And if you care to comment on this subject, you may do so by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast on Instagram, Facebook, wherever podcasts are available. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified whenever we post new content. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Catch the Sky podcast. I'm your host, Sweet Tea, and until next week, keep trying to catch the sky.